What's up, my man?
Not much.
Oh man, we're doing magic. Trying to squash your head. Can I see you?
We're in the same room.
We're in the same room for the first time in too long. A few months, but it's too long. Oh, too long. Well, it's here. The slipper has fallen off of Cinderella, and where we're at locally now is midnight, and the 68 is down to the 64. And, just like old times, just like it always used to be. So, very exciting. March Madness truly begins today. And you will catch us hanging out at a couple local establishments in the greater Indiana area somewhere.
Somewhere.
Yes.
Mostly at work.
Just for part of the day. But, the next 2 days we'll be watching basketball pretty much nonstop and breaking down the brackets and what we see in the upcoming days as well. So I think without further ado, we're going to continue on with our bracket predictions and some point spread analysis.
Let's do that. Let me share the screen here. And we left off last night at the South bracket. We left off with Florida and whoever they were to play, Boise State or Colorado. Colorado just won that game.
So yes, that just went final not long ago.
Let's get that pit.
So I think we both were in agreement with Colorado. We thought that they would beat Florida. But if Florida played Boise State, we kind of liked Florida in that game. But actually now if we're watching Boise State, I think we would have probably liked the winner of either one of those games to win that game. So it's Boise State represented very well. Colorado looks pretty tough, and I think we're going to take the Buffaloes to advance. The line for that it's currently being made. It's probably out there somewhere. I don't have it right now since it literally just went final not that long ago. They probably the line in Vegas, but I don't have one pulled up right now. If I had to guess, Florida, it's probably a 3.5, 4.5 point favorite. And at that point, I think we would probably strongly consider Colorado in the money line, obviously, because we think they're going to win. So, looks like there's our pick.
All right. Fair enough. Colorado it is.
Colorado it is.
All right. Next, we got in the South bracket, we got Marquette, Western Kentucky to face Colorado.
So in the last 3 years, there has been a 15 seed has beaten a 2 seed. Every one of them's done it the last 3 years. And out of all the 2 seeds, I feel like this is the most susceptible 2 seed for it to happen. We're not really sure on Tyler Kolek's health. I'm sure I heard he's going to be playing. Will he be at 100%? I'm not sure. They played really well without him. But sometimes there's that little kind of getting back in the flow of chemistry where you're almost I don't want to say you're like a subtraction by addition, but like, sometimes it just kind of, you have to reestablish that chemistry. And sometimes that takes 5 minutes, 10 minutes, a half, maybe a whole game. I mean, it just really depends on what goes on in that situation. And, Marquette is very, very good. This would certainly wreck some brackets if we went the Western Kentucky way. I will tell you that there will be probably a lot of Purdue fans in Indianapolis rooting for Western Kentucky because the former player that left on good terms, Brandon Newman, one of the really good guards that played on that team. I think that they will kind of root for him a little bit because that Marquette and Western Kentucky, neither one are on Purdue's bracket, so like they don't have like a personal rooting interest, and he's a kid from Indiana as well. And it's actually a closer trip from Western Kentucky. Actually, just drove there through their Bowling Green this morning to Indianapolis. It's I don't know, maybe 4 hours, and in Marquette, it's longer than that for sure. And so I don't know. I think they're going to have some decent fandom maybe for that session. And Marquette will have some good fans too because they're been a very good program for a long time. But it's 14.5 point spread. Obviously, that's not a malfunction on your screen.
No.
That is my very tired friend gearing up for tomorrow's big day as I deliberate over this.
You get a no whammy.
No whammy. Stop.
There it is.
Okay, well, it ended up on Marquette. See, that's how we make these very, really brilliant picks. Usually, you can't do this kind of fun in person. So, I guess we're going to go with Marquette. But when
we are.
Real money's involved, I really like the 14.5 points that Western Kentucky's getting, and I think I might talk my friend to we'll throw down a little bit on this game, whether it be a leg of a parlay or something greasy we feel good about. I'm gonna put those out. I'm gonna put those out tomorrow morning for the picks that I really like. So I'll finalize that tomorrow morning, a couple hours before the tournament goes live. So I guess our pick is Marquette. Probably the smarter of the two decisions, but I think Western Kentucky is a live dog, all things considered.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
Yep. You heard it here first. No one's predicting that.
No. All right.
I think maybe Avery Johnson, but
All right, let's go back to the top here. Last night we went ahead and advanced Houston and Nebraska.
Okay.
In this enthralling matchup.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
Houston's going to win by a lot.
Okay. Well, you're probably not wrong.
No,
they will be.
No. We got James Madison and Duke.
It's the Dukes versus the Dukes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot of Dookie.
It is.
What's your take on it?
Duke wins. There it is.
Well, we've got a real democratic system going on here tonight. I can see.
Well, sometimes you got to do what's best for the greater good of the people.
Well, I actually think we'll let Duke go, but in real life, I think I'm not our bracket. I think I might have James Madison advancing here. Sneaky.
That's awesome. We are going to laugh at you.
James Madison will cover that spread.
That's good.
It'll be an underdog.
I don't know what the spread is.
What? We don't know the spread is.
We don't.
These are second round games, but they will cover whatever spread it is. So it'll be a live dog.
Yes.
It'll be 7.5 points, 8 points, maybe 9.
We got NC State, Kentucky, NC State,
Kentucky. I think this is where the magical run for NC State comes to an end.
I thought it came to an end before it started, but you talked me into this, so I'm definitely on board with Kentucky.
Definitely on board with the Kentucky herd.
There you go.
There we go.
They shot their wide in the. No, it's fine. I was on board with all the wides. And Peter North jokes.
Lord Forquad.
Yep. Colorado Marquette.
Well, I'm gonna defer to you on this one.
There you go, Marquette.
okay.
Actually, this I will say.
Just go with Marquette. Kentucky and Marquette is actually the most common matchup in NCAA tournament history.
That doesn't make me feel good.
What?
It does not make me feel good.
I mean, they're destined to match up again. That's what the NCAA tournament likes to do. They love that kind of stuff.
I will say Colorado
was impressive tonight, and in the Pac-12 championship game.
Well, we're already asking them to beat one SEC team.
Yeah.
We'd be asking a lot for them to beat, Marquette, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
Now, they could beat Western Kentucky.
Colorado?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe they couldn't. Who knows?
I don't know.
Maybe we'll find out.
We know that they're not advancing on our bracket. Go back up to the top here. Houston and Duke.
Houston and Duke.
What does that look like? You like that better?
Well, that looks like Houston advancing to me.
Well,
but, I think we would probably have Houston advancing here anyways.
Yeah.
So,
sorry.
it's a hard time not having Houston there.
Yep. Don't overthink it tonight.
Yeah, no.
Gut feelings only. Kentucky Marquette.
What are your thoughts? Just clicking about
I think that if Kentucky does in fact get this far, which is very likely, regardless of who they may face, they're going to beat Oakland. If by chance they play Texas Tech and not NC State, I don't think they have a problem with Texas Tech. And I say all that because I think that if they get to this spot, they are rolling. And they're starting to see what it takes over the course of the game. And I think inconsistency has been their Achilles heel to this point. But I think if we have them going this far, I have a hard time picking against them this late in the tournament.
So you have Houston and Kentucky.
I do.
Okay, I'm down.
And then that to me probably
is a Houston bet.
It is, but I think that I always say styles make fights, and Houston's calling card is their defense. Kentucky being an elite offensive team with upside, able to do a lot of different things to you. I think it's a great game, and it's what the fans are here for. But it is Houston. Final answer.
That's a Houston. Agreed.
But it's going to be a great game.
Also, learned some few other tidbits regarding some wagering stuff. We'll maybe get into that. We'll kind of do that through the show, but the last 11 years, if all you did was bet on 12 seeds and 13 seeds to cover each year, and then also pick the underdogs in those games to win outright on the money line, you would be up 15 units on your wagering throughout the course of the last 11 years. So pretty nice. I think it's like 58% plus some money lines in there from what I understood. That's pretty good wagering.
It is.
So
that's a hefty amount of money. And then also, side note, if you've been betting 13 and 12 seeds, whatever you just said,
12 seeds
for over the last decade, you're paying a hefty sum to child support and alimony. So
I wouldn't.
Nobody has time. Nobody has time.
Nobody
has time to put up with.
They have plenty. I'm just saying, you're wagering for a long time. That is a trend that has carried on for a while.
The trend is you've been in the bathroom studying 13 seeds for hours, and your family hates you.
No, that's fine. No, it's just you just got to step a little bit.
Yeah,
you just listen to certain people for certain amounts of information, and then you just take from that, and then you roll with your own stuff. That's the key.
It is good to have resources.
Yes, how you disseminate those is up to you, but that's what we're here for.
Well,
we'll break it down ish.
I plagiarize.
I
plagiarize.
I did hear that.
I plagiarized
a very good. What?
To plagiarize Dan Le Batard.
No. Dan Le Batard is pretty sure the B is silent, or the little bottom part of the B is knocked off, and it's whatever's left there. See bracket, and if you go to that bottom right corner,
going for a bingo card, I see.
They're going for
Pause
bingos.
for more edits.
Come on, man.
Time. Let me note the time. 16:44. Got it. And plague. Got it. All right.
Yeah.
Keyword is plague. All right. Let's go. Let's start in the West bracket. It's my favorite bracket. I'm not gonna lie.
All right. We have some difference of opinion here.
Oh, maybe.
Possibly.
Why don't I just fill it out real quick completely, and then you tell me I'm wrong.
No, that's not fun.
Here we go.
I think North Carolina.
Wagner.
North Carolina, I think, handles Wagner,
Yeah.
the Fighting Moes. I think we all think North Carolina will win right here.
Gotcha. Then we're going to go Mississippi. Yeah. I'm not going to analyze that. I don't know anything about Wagner. Nobody does.
Yeah.
Wagner doesn't even know. Wagner players know more about North Carolina players than themselves because they watch them on television more than.
Could be true. There could be true.
They may not know about their girlfriends.
Next game, Michigan State, Mississippi State. 1.5 point favorite, the Spartans.
Mm-hmm.
I have a theory going back for years that I feel that pans out that if a team is highly ranked early in the year and sort of had a disappointing season, especially battle tested, as the season goes on and you see them start picking back up again,
Mm-hmm.
usually they, like the really good ones, can find a way and make a little bit of noise. And I have been really out on the Michigan State. They don't look like a normal ride. I've been saying that for a long, long time. But I think this is a situation where he rallies the troops and Michigan State wins this game. And they cover the 1.5.
You don't have to tell me twice about Michigan State. They're everything Purdue hopes to be one day.
Oh my God. Michigan State would kill the whole one of Purdue's testes over the last 5 years. I was one of them. Not even techies, I just said one of the walk-ons. Just a normal testy.
I would like to go to a Tom Izzo Lifetime Achievement Award ceremony emceed by Dan Levitard.
I'd rather go one MC by Dan Karat. So, and if you try and say that he is a greater human being than Dan Karat than what he would MC, then you've lost all credibility on the show forever.
Trying to, I'll let it slide. No edit button.
That's good, clean living right there.
We all wish we could erase mistakes, but it's just not reality. We're gonna have to let that one go.
Just let it go.
Sometimes there's no edit button.
I've
Plan any bills or anything. Just,
I mean, down south, there's fried chicken and waffles is a staple down there.
Sure.
But it wasn't until a few years ago when I visited up here I learned about blue waffles.
Yeah.
And that is not a staple anywhere.
No. I'm getting a message. Hold
What
on.
does it say?
Bedtime. Yeah.
There.
Okay.
Turn that on. You got a big day tomorrow, man.
I'm minutes away from needing to wake up and prepare a report that I did not do. So
I'm very proud
I'm
of you.
probably gonna need to get up at 4 a.m. to do
You
that.
took it the low road, and I like it. Moving right along here.
Grand Canyon's the answer. Mark it down. I said it. I meant it.
Okay.
They're a complete team. They played absolutely no one though.
You've been a big fan of St. Mary's like for a long time now. So you're like switching gear. I like.
Unfortunately, they ran into it. They're
You
about to
think
run
you're Jeff
into it.
Goodman here? You just change your opinion like as the wind flies here. I mean, it's very unlikely. I'm not saying you're wrong. It's a 12-5.
It is.
Would be the direction I'd go because I like to see St. Mary's.
Let's look at our 12-5s.
Yeah, let's look at our
Gonzaga.
12-5s. Yeah.
Gonzaga. X.
Gonzaga's a win, and they're winning. Gonzaga's going to beat McNeese.
It's James Madison.
That's a 12. That's 112.
Yeah,
But you're on the fence on that,
I
right?
was. You talked
All right.
me into it.
Yeah.
So I get one.
Okay, fair enough.
I get one.
I talked you into that one, and I guess you. I mean,
What's
that's fine.
this one up
Grand
here
Canyon
gonna
can do
be?
it. What?
Yeah, San Diego State is gonna.
Yeah, they're gonna
Yeah,
win.
so-
So that's not one.
So this is
That's
one.
not.
Grand
And
Canyon.
you have easy teams. There's not a good one.
Yeah. No, I like St. Mary's. It's a really bad draw because Grand Canyon, I think, is a complete team. They just not everyone's heard of them because of the conference they play in, but I think that they are.
This.
Grand Canyon is a for-profit school. It's not a
Mhm.
state school. It is kind of a cutting-edge for-profit school, and that profitability has afforded them some of the most unbelievable facilities. Go Google that.
Yeah.
You'll be jealous of the size of their facility, Cox. It's a good one.
Somehow unedited, but
Yeah,
you know.
I'm sorry that it's just what it is. They're
I mean, whatever. It's
walking around with a goddamn eggplant. But that's only you and your staff don't even know the half. They are very good. Very good. And I think that they have when I watch them, they run out of multiple sets. They can attack the zone, they can attack man, equally effective. I think they're matchup proof until they get into, the elite Power Five schools. I think that St. Mary's is a matchup where they're not. It's probably not unlike from a talent standpoint what they are used to seeing, and they ran roughshod. So,
well, hey, you convinced me. I'm on board. It would have been a team I would have been on. I wasn't so high on St. Mary's along with you due to your all of our discussions
well,
about them.
I think that they
And Washington play. They're very good. So hey, you know what? Let's do it. It'll be our second 12-5
yeah.
thus far. Seems like only. You don't even need to warning for that. You just pay attention at all. You see that. So moving right along here, it's not College of Charleston's same team from last year. They were in the tournament last year. They've got a totally different squad as far as that goes. Alabama really looked poor recently, to be honest with you. I believe so. They're 9.5-point favorites. Alabama is. The thing about it is both these teams like to chuck and shoot a lot of threes, and they will do them and they will take them. And whenever they think they've taken enough, they'll take more.
Mm-hmm.
So a fascinating stat line I had heard is that I'm looking at it now. The over/under of this game is 173 and a half, which is the highest over/under I believe in the NCAA tournament ever. And this could get to this could be in the books with the 8-minute media timeout of the second half. I mean, it is possible. I think if there's a betting angle I would take. And Alabama's got some dudes, so if they get this where they start driving downhill and get in the lane, they might just out athlete the hell out of them. But if it just gets to a shooting match, they do a lot of the same things. So if Alabama's a bad shooting night, that also hurt the over. But assuming they don't chuck it ad nauseum, I think the over, and I like Alabama here. They get written off for dead.
Mm-hmm.
Those teams are usually some of the scariest teams in March. Sometimes they truly are dead, not as plain dead like Virginia. They weren't playing dead; they were dead. We all knew that. But Virginia also scores in a game about what Alabama does by the 10-minute mark of the first half. So, they're in a pretty good place there. Alabama it is.
Alabama it is. Charleston Chew.
Yeah, Charleston Chew. They will not be canceled. They will not be Charleston
No.
at all. Maybe Charleston Chew though.
Never had a Charleston shoe.
Yeah, nobody that's been watching this has ever had one except for, maybe once. Clemson, New Mexico. What's your thoughts on this?
I don't know.
Okay, noted. PJ Hall, excellent player. I think clearly based on what we've seen, the ACC was pretty down this year. I think even their best teams are a little bit fugazi. They can win some games, but I don't think there's a national champion caliber team out of the ACC here. Clemson had a few, trifling losses in there. They've got some good players. They're well coached. But I really like what Patino's done with this New Mexico squad. They had a nice run to win the tournament. Thankfully, they won. They had to get in. They had to win to get in, which was a shock to most people. When you watch them play, they pass the eye test as much as anyone that's in the field. So New Mexico's actually a 2.5 point favorite now. And I actually like you to cover that. If you were going to be a little safer, you might money line it. But I think it's a situation where New Mexico was wildly underseeded. And some of that was because of the way everybody getting automatic qualifiers, that with all the upsets that the 10 seed went to the first four as play-ins as opposed to the 11s. But, to be honest with you, they probably should have been more like an 8 or a 9. So I think you actually have a team in Clemson that might be more like a 7, and New Mexico is closer to like about the same. So I think you're getting a lot of value in New Mexico here, and I like to move forward.
When I say I don't know, I find it odd that I've heard about New Mexico all year, and everybody has New Mexico as their sleeper pick. So I know about New Mexico, but I could not tell you a single thing about Clemson.
Noted.
For that reason, get out of here. Fucking Lobos.
Fair enough. And that's usually one of the scariest things, honestly, when you do these things. When you hear nothing about the one team, that's the one team that wins in a bracket. But I don't think that's the case here. So we're right on that.
It's Dabo Sweetery.
Big Blur Colgate. Colgate. Not the team they've been in the past. They're going to need some fresh maker after what I believe Baylor does, because I think they out-athlete the hell out of them. While I don't think the Big 12 is as good as it's been labeled as, I do think Baylor is one of those teams that, if they're playing well, can play with anybody in the country. They had a really bad game earlier in the year when they got handled by Michigan State. But this is one of the games they got on, and it was a situation where Michigan State started out like 1-4 or something, so they were almost like a must-win spot for Michigan State. It knew it was like a rally the troops, we better get our shit together at least somewhat, or it's really done. And so I think a lot of it's when they played them was bad timing, but outside of that, Baylor's been pretty solid. They've got some nice wins in their conference, and I think they're going to be too much for Colgate here, so I think we both probably have them moving on in this game.
Baylor's weird. Waco is weird.
That is true.
I've never been.
Very culty, I've heard.
Yeah, there's fucking tanks. I don't remember what cult it was, who the leader was, but that's the first thing I think of. And then at one point, someone fucking murdered his teammate. It's just fucking weird shit happens at Baylor.
That was a dark days.
I mean, I guess the point of that is you think that these kids from Baylor give a fuck about Colgate? They have cults and teammates to dodge.
No.
Just trying to get through their day.
Yeah, no, they're. I think
not worried about Colgate. Please,
I think they're.
Please.
That spread's 14.5, I believe, and correct. I don't usually lay those kind of points in this is a tournament game, but I think this is one where they do it.
You can do it.
Fired up. I think so. Yeah,
it's already fired up.
Yeah, I was going to focus at 14.5 point. Yeah, obviously, good winning. What's up next, my friend? Kind of rip through that little. Couldn't see where we're at. Okay, Dayton, Milano. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. What's your thoughts on this?
I'm going to go Nevada here. I think that the most exciting thing that Dayton is going to be seeing were the 2 games played tonight in their stadium. I think
Yes. That's the most action they've seen on a Wednesday night in Dayton.
Yeah. Since the fucking Wright brothers took off.
All right. Well, do you think we should have some of this real crappy chili? Or should we fly these planes? Okay.
This is fucking
Planes it is.
think about how fucking wild that is. Let's fly. Like a fucking bird? Yeah, I fucking cut the wings out to make it look like a fucking
man.
pigeon.
I mean, really, the outskirts has Kings Island, but that's just about it.
Yeah.
That's just about it.
Um,
This wasn't meant to be like a crap all over the whole state of Ohio, or the greater Cincinnati area, or even perhaps Cincinnati was not nearly good enough to make this tournament, or we would have made many more jokes about them. But the one thing that Cincinnati has over Dayton is if you are in the Urban Dictionary, if you believe in that doctrine, as for entertainment purposes only, there are many references to Cincinnati on there, and I don't think there's any about Dayton to speak of. So Cincinnati is a very strong, well represented in the Urban Dictionary. What do you say?
this is top 5.
Yeah, it's very good. It's very good. But unfortunately, this isn't an Urban Dictionary bracket. It's an NCAA men's basketball tournament bracket. So Nevada. Well, I can't say Sharpie. That's the trademark, I think. So Nevada, moving on.
Yeah, they're gone. They're gone.
Yeah, they're
gone.
So we're trying to represent for those little guys that feel like they got snubbed.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
the little guys that are going to get fucking snubbed are Long Beach State.
Yes.
Right. We're moving along.
So down to the very bottom, just a little interesting fact that most people might know by now. Dan Munson, he's no Roy, but who is really? Probably the other better bowler, I'm sure, but probably a better basketball coach. So he's coach of Long Beach State. They termed him on Monday, and then they somehow he's still allowed to coach or whatever, so they're just going to finish it out. And then he wins the conference tournament, and he had a stint at Minnesota, and that was kind of iffy. But he actually was the one who kind of started Gonzaga's run. He left and took the Minnesota job, the Golden Gopher job, and then that's when Pugh took over Gonzaga. So he actually is the one that kind of got that thing started with some wins. And now, in this particular instance against Arizona, he is going to get boat raced.
He's going to get Munson.
He's going to get Munson. He's gonna have a case of a Thursdays or the Fridays. I don't know when they play.
Dan, can you die from playing Wildcats?
It's not good.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's gonna be messing around with
It's not good, Roy. Can you die from freaking road piss? My little Roy toy. Rinse due, Dan Munson. Rinse due, Munson. It looks like you're gonna be at the road.
Oh man, we have not seen Kingpin. It's a treasure. If you're under 18, do not watch it. Hell, if you're under 30, don't watch it. I might not be old enough to watch it then. Fucking hilarious. This has been a really good. We're on a roll here. We should do more of these together all the time. It's great. The chemistry is just.
It's it can only get better. But yeah, every minute that passes, that is out the window. Let's go back to the top here. North Carolina, Michigan State. I don't think that Michigan State's gonna be close to contending here in this spot.
So we don't have any upsets like that where it's 8-9 over 1. Yet, I assume we don't.
No, I don't think that's.
Well, this bracket down here is
think
going
that's
to be
gonna happen.
crazy. So if it's going to happen in any bracket, it's this bracket.
Sure. I just don't. Let's. I don't see Michigan State beating North Carolina. Do you?
I mean,
All right, you just say it. You just say it.
what's
Say it. I dare you. Do it. Do it.
I mean, it's a little different here,
Okay.
I think.
All right.
Michigan State into the Sweet 16. How about that, man? They got their shit together and made another Sweet 16.
Yeah.
It's he hits the easy button.
Yeah.
There it is. This bracket is ruining people's stuff.
You're not playing the mighty Hoosiers.
No, they're not. They couldn't beat them, but they could beat North Carolina. It's neutral,
I'm sure.
Actually, the game's probably in freaking Charlotte, so I have no idea. It probably is. Almost
It certainly is in Charlotte.
Well, that being said, maybe we should just do North Carolina. Let's go back to North Carolina. That's gonna be tough ass. But this is how close we are. That's I think Michigan State will cover that game. We'll see.
Thank God.
All right, North Carolina.
Interest you in a Grand Canyon, throwing an elephant into a Grand Canyon?
So we have a Grand Canyon in Alabama. What's your thoughts on that? I'm just gonna let you pick this.
Yeah, well,
I'm gonna allow you to just without. I believe in your judgment on this one.
Yeah, it's Alabama. I mean,
okay, well there you go.
There you go.
You're not feeling it. You don't think the antelopes or the whatever they are. That might not be the antelopes or something like that.
They're purple.
They're not purple-headed anything.
Yeah, they are.
They're not purple-headed warriors. They're not.
You know how exhausting it is to drag your dick up and down the court. 2 weeks. All weekend long.
Oh.
Hey, bird. I'm done in the tournament.
Oh my goodness. So we've got Baylor, New Mexico down at the bottom.
Let's make this run, New Mexico.
Yeah, do we? I think that Baylor might catch a little bit of the Husker Dudes, the Husker Dogs, the Kitty Chasers. I wish I knew more of that rant, and I don't recall it.
I don't
There are
know.
no snakes or sparklers.
No.
I think we're gonna have the fighting Patinos. Let's just have them take out Baylor.
All right.
Let's just do it.
Fucking
Let's
bears.
just do it. Yeah.
Bears.
They're gonna break really bad. They're gonna break Bear.
All right. Let's go Nevada, Arizona.
Yeah, I think that's got to be Arizona.
Yeah. Just fucking sand in your ass.
Yes.
Pounded in the desert.
That's Sandy Machine for sure.
The one laying on their back in the desert.
Petey with one leg.
Let's see. We got North Carolina, Alabama. Dry.
Yeah, at this point, it's got to be North Carolina.
Oh, yeah.
It's very hard for St. Mary's to get there with being left in the dust in the first game.
Yeah, there. It's
North Carolina. Raise up. Who's a Petey Pablo?
Petey's. Petey.
Is it rested Petey? It's insensitive. He's great. He's great.
Yes.
I remember taking my shirt off when I wasn't fat as hell at a party, hanging out with this man over here, and that helicopter. It was we turned up before you could even turn up.
You can't turn up in Terre Haute. That's where it was.
You know, you can turn down for what? And we did that too.
That kid was fucking hammered in the lobby of my dorm, And I was
I
like,
thought you were gonna have another kill on your hands.
no.
No,
I was trying
nice.
to be nice. I was like, man, you got to get up, because I knew that the campus police come,
Yeah.
they catch you fucking sprawled out on the wall like this, like you're
Oh, I
done.
remember that now.
And then
He
I
was
was like, and
Yeah.
I heard the girl at the front desk like call campus police. So I was like, man, we got to go. And I was just like,
quickly.
fucking Band of Brothers style. I was like,
Mhm.
I'm gonna throw this guy over my shoulder and carry him. But then he shit his pants right then and there, and I dropped him like a fucking sack of potatoes. And fucking let him.
My friend was gonna pull off
Literally shit his
a
pants.
weekend at Bernie's.
That kid is. That
And
was
old
foul.
Sycamore Land.
I don't.
I forget. He craps his pants.
Like,
That is a don't like button.
thumbs
A
down.
thumbs down. So he was trying to come to the rescue, and well, he soiled himself.
Yeah,
And that was it.
shit his pants.
That's fireman Jerry.
It's like you fireman's fucking drop.
He got the stone cold stunner.
I just dropped him. I hoisted him up there. It's like, this is easy. You're a little guy. Everything's gonna be all right. And it smelled god awful. You need a diaper, and you are gonna.
This was not a fart.
No, it was definite mass, and it was fucking pungent. Like my nose hairs were burning from the smell of.
How many did you carry that have shed themselves?
Probably more than one. Somehow,
I would have said the over-under was 1.1 and put a hefty amount on it. The fact that it's 1
I don't know why people
is
shit.
incredible.
I don't know why people shit.
There's a guy we know that, I mean, yeah, he not so much his pants. What was pants?
Shit in his car.
But he crapped in his car.
On purpose.
Oh, so he would have crapped in his pants.
No,
So it's kind of like this. And then I think he still crapped in his pants.
32 seconds away from he knew it. It's just kids don't drink. Just don't drink. It's not worth
He's an unsavory character. You may have met him. You may haven't. I don't know. It's great. Oof, man, that was so much worse though than the guy you carried shitting his pants.
Oh, that was a quick transaction. That was just me dropping.
Like, I mean, honestly, how you kept the vehicle for several blocks and not running into a mailbox, another car, anything. We were laughing so hard. It was like Roger Rabbit shit. Like, stop laughing. It was ridiculous. Because you just don't usually see a person just shit in their own car. Because they can't, I mean, you'd be like, yeah, this is an adult. Yeah, I mean, who's ever disrespected
Never.
a car like that? We were like seconds away from my house.
Nobody's
He
ever
could
shit.
have dropped trowel and dumped across my yard getting in there.
You cannot shit out of a car window.
No, and then miss. Yeah, you can't do hang or press and then press in. You can't hang in. You can't hang in. You're hanging in the car. I mean, just the whole meat and two veg hanging where everything, a little doorknob thing is to just, being that. I mean, it's still crapped in the car.
Yuck.
Ridiculous. He was pretty good in buzzed, I guess.
Yeah.
And he had to throw away that whole ensemble. His wardrobe.
Get rid of his car.
Honestly, his car, I'd say deprecate his car depreciated.
I didn't ask for
By
a ride.
hundreds.
I didn't ask for a ride, did you?
His car lost. His car depreciated by a shitload. Oh man, good times. That's so funny. I don't even know where we were, but it
Yeah, New Mexico, Arizona.
Oh yeah, Arizona, cool. Good talk.
Yep. Yep. What do you got here?
What we got? North Carolina, Arizona. I think Arizona.
All right.
I think Arizona
I'm
to
on
the
board.
Final Four.
I'm on board.
Arizona. What's a 1 seed and a 2, or 1 and 1 and a 2. Well, then we got to do what UConn's bracket now, the East.
Yep.
The greasy East.
When the East is in the house.
Oh my God, danger. Yeah, no one knows anything about Blase Blanc on here, but we'll get there. If the Rices are watching, that one was for you. Quality.
Oh my. All right. UConn.
I mean, they only
Stetson.
played that on BET. Basically, you were lucky if you caught it. UConn versus the Stetson Hatters.
Yeah, we'll
I think we'll just go push it through. Why not?
Yeah, sure.
I think Northwestern. You know, for the longest time, I was really kind of leaning towards Florida Atlantic, but I think they only got here because of what they did last year. If you actually go look at their resume and watch the places that they did beat Illinois, I think double or triple overtime earlier in the year. They did schedule some decent teams, so it's not like they didn't have guys that could win. And in fact, like maybe if they were winning, they maybe would give UConn a scare for a minute. And I do think Northwestern losing Barry, as we talked about before, they're just not quite as good. And I think that their center is injured. I don't think he's playing either. And so, I think it might be a lot for them. They still have some pieces. I think I would take the Northwestern at the 2.5 money line is low. I think it's going to go ahead and no one thinks Northwestern can win this game. I not heard one pundit think it, so let's beat those pundits. Northwestern for the win.
Yeah. You should be rooting for Northwestern if you want UConn to have a tougher second round game. I think they would dispose of.
Yeah, because we've already been talking about little crap and stuff. Boo Booey.
Yeah.
He can Boo Booey.
Yeah, more than that, I think that Northwestern can dictate pace.
Yeah, they can scheme, they can hit threes. So it might. Plus, Northwestern is familiar with Cam Spencer, who used to play at Nebraska. And right? Cam Spencer in Nebraska, right? Or was it Rutgers?
It might have been.
I should know that. That's shame on me.
It seems like they're red.
It's red and white. I know. That's terrible. I don't know. I'm just drawing a blank here.
The thing is,
well, they're familiar because he played in the Big Ten. He was a good player in the Big Ten.
The other thing is,
shame on me.
If you're a proponent of UConn not advancing, the best chance that you will have of that is Northwestern.
Yeah.
Doing
and Northwestern has already beaten the number 1 team in the country.
No. Let me finish.
Okay, can you finish?
Can I finish?
Okay, you finish.
They're dirty, and they're a very dirty team. If you're a fan of coming off the top rope, making it look like an accident, I think that Northwestern's your team. Sign them up. Goon Squad.
Goon Squad, yes. They are very dirty, very physical. They do a lot of that, like wide ball.
Habitual line steppers.
Habitual line steppers, totally. Speaking of like off the top rope, what would you say is your favorite wrestling move, like someone's most famous wrestling move as a finishing move ever?
Wow.
And then who was the wrestler? And I never even do stuff like this but I do like it. He looks like a little sleepy over here. And when I talk about wrestling, it just went from 6 to
midnight.
Yeah, 6 to 1:30. Even more than 6 to midnight here. Like
so,
he's doing dick ups now.
As a kid, it's certainly not the most impactful move, but the finishing move, there were two. One of them was the $1 Million Dream, just because that motherfucker would put you in a $1 Million Dream. You're going to sleep.
And who did the $1 Million Dream?
The $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase.
Ted
6'3", 260.
I heard he was diabolical.
So Virgil would come into the ring. The $1 Million Man would stuff a $100 bill down your throat after you're out. And then Virgil would snatch it up, or Sensational Sherry when he had hers. So that's one, and that's an easily It's in here. This is all it is.
Now these are real people, by the way.
Just the $1 million dream.
Oh, great! Last time we did this, like,
It's just a half Nelson,
yeah.
and you're gonna lock that in here, and then you're gonna
Open
really
cup.
just cinch in here. And
Yeah.
you're really trying to get this.
Yeah.
It's nighttime.
Is it nighttime?
It's nighttime.
Okay, yeah. I'm glad
So-
you know. I'm glad you knew that move. It's good.
Yeah. Now that was the easiest one to put my brother to sleep with.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, the Ultimate Warrior with the gorilla press. As a kid, that was the best. Like that was just something I couldn't attain. Like I like to actually put someone over your head is just something I tried very hard. My brother was portly as a youth.
He was not tiny either.
No,
not that he was like
He's a large-
he was like not like
He's
A
a large
small-
man. So
yeah, that's not a small little brother.
no, he's a large human. And
Yeah.
I
I
tried.
had crab leg shells to prove it.
I had tried to gorilla press him, and it's very hard to military press someone as a, preteen and even a teen, if I'm being honest.
My favorite reference of gorilla press is pressing someone's face in dough and making gorilla cookies. This is a totally different kind of gorilla press, though.
It is.
Okay, yeah. And so what was your favorite move on, let's say, Sega Genesis Royal Rumble '93?
Hold on.
If you can recall that at all.
Let's present a different screen here.
Yeah.
We might have just lost all of our,
Oh.
all our picks.
That's a shame.
It's all right.
Okay. We can't be that far away.
Wait. Oh, no.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Oh
Here we
no.
go.
He's showing off wrestling moves in my fun segue.
I mean, to do that to a human is just like this. That was the pinnacle. And then you're gonna catch one of these. Blah.
And you're already pinned.
It's solid.
It's a done deal.
Just to that's emasculating.
My favorite one
Here, I have
was
nuts.
the Tombstone Pile Driver by The Undertaker. Pretty solid. But the write-off of IRS. Also, you got those three-man tag teams. You just did Papa Shango. If you were Papa Shango, IRS, and The Undertaker as a three-man tag team, I don't think I suffered a defeat on that game. It was unbelievable.
There's just nothing more emasculating than another man picking you up and throwing you like
Oh my
a fucking doll. That's insane.
Dude. He just threw out what's his name? Who the hell did he threw? He literally threw out. I couldn't see who it was. It was quick. But his name was.
Jesus Christ.
I didn't throw out Jesus Christ, but it looks like he certainly. Yeah, that's not very nice. It helps to get to the momentum there. That person's tiny. Yeah, I what's going on there. That's funny. All right. Well, hopefully we can go find our picks now since it was a selection.
I'll try to find them, but even if we don't, it's okay. That's just brute strength.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would be the move. That would be the move.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
there is that. You didn't even see that in person, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Just banana trees. So I don't know. I guess so. Just pretend there's a bracket up here.
Yeah. Piss off.
One.
Never fine.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Man, takes a village, guys. So
6'2", 275, parts unknown. That's where
it's a real stat.
So if you're 6,
I would not check that for anything. It's certainly right. It's an encyclopedia of.
gorilla press.
He is the Britannica of WWE, WCW, WWF knowledge.
For finishing moves, a gorilla press, big splash combo. So
Yeah. He is the authority on all those things. He's maybe getting back into it. That's why I just want to get him.
I can't get into it like I did.
Yeah, no. Now you're
Too much of my time
had
is
sex.
fucking tied
So
up
after
into
that's
this.
happened, then you pretty much can't get it.
Not a lot of sex. There's mostly just fucking
There's no way, Biggles.
just breaking down UConn and Northwestern.
Feels good here too. Okay.
Hurry! I need a hymns like on the commercial. I haven't used it.
Oh, well, we haven't get to be our sponsor.
Just write down the pics and go have vaginal sex. That's my suggestion to you. As for me, I'm going to be splitting my time with this UAB San Diego State and where the press lives.
Yeah, so they shipped like all these Alabama schools out to the great Northwest.
Yeah.
And so they're probably going to get some really, I don't smoke weed, but they're going to probably get some Heller Kind Bud, some of those biscuits that Adam partook of. I'm sure that they're readily available. Maybe a hike. I don't know.
These purple hairs are going to be harsh for
but
UAB.
Yeah, with San Diego State, pretty damn good, and they got UAB in this one pretty. I think they're going to win this pretty comfortably.
San Diego.
Stay classy. Don't beat them too bad.
San Diego, which means dragon fuckers. No, I don't think that's right.
The only thing blazing out there, like I said, is
Potato.
Swift Stars. That's gonna be it there. And living in that town, excellent coach Andy Kennedy. Maybe they got a shot here, but we're just gonna go ahead and push San Diego State through here. Auburn, Yale.
Yeah, this is just a really odd matchup here. I mean, you have some really smart kids and some fucking kids that don't know how to color even by number. So, but they can hoop. So I'm going to go Auburn.
Dang. Auburn actually is a pretty good school.
Hey, Ma. Why does it want me to color this backwards blue?
Dang.
Ask Paul. He's gone.
To all my Auburn fans out there that I live near, that I work with, I apologize. That is a little funny still, but it I'm sorry. I don't think he's gonna edit that. I have some funny crap he edited, but he's gonna leave that bad boy in there and let that marinate probably.
Yeah.
So we've got an Auburn over Yale. This game might end up, two polarizing styles. Whatever. Yale kind of lucky to get there. I thought it was going to be Princeton coming out of that. But they're going to try and, slow it down, smart it up. And you never know what's going to happen in those things. A lot of points in that game. So, but we're going to go ahead and push Auburn through there, I think.
Yeah, I think that Auburn is going to have non-consensual basketball sex.
Yes.
It's not going to be pretty. It's going to be hardcore. If you're used to the softcore stuff, don't tune in.
No. There's some on chat. You watch it.
It's going to look like German dungeon porn on your stream.
Speaking of German dungeon porn, we have the Duquesne or the Duquesnes. What are your thoughts on this and the Mormons? So the Mormons, the BYU cats here, the Cougars.
Are they the Cougars? I could not for the life of me think of their nickname.
I kept
wanting to
how
call
fitting is it to have the Cougars when you're slaying 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wives?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, so it should be easy to remember.
I think I forget their name because I call them the trench coat mafia because it's just a bunch of white shooters. So it's my mistake.
So, oh man. So they're I think they were supposed to be a 5 seed, but because of the way the brackets worked out and the location and stuff and their religious cult, their religion, um, they they're not allowed. They're in their bylaws. They cannot play on Sunday. So the NCAA tournament and all their infinite wisdom would grant these requests, which is very thoughtful. And so they can't play their Friday, Sunday games in case they make it Sunday. They can't be on that. So they have to play the Thursday, Saturday setup. So because of that, they actually got bumped to a 6 just to make it work out as far as bracket's sake. And other than that, so Duquesne and, so people would complain because Duquesne and New Mexico, both 11 seeds, and Mexico's quite a bit better. But Duquesne actually played some teams this year that are in the tournament. There were some lower teams, and they did win a couple, and then they got beat in some others. But as far as that goes, how do you feel about the mafiosa of
I think they had their run, but the Duquesne's been drilling all year. They're safe. They're prepared. And they're not going to put up with this shit anymore. They got their own laws. We're gonna. I think Duquesne wins the game. I don't have any pithy.
So I think we're just gonna go ahead and take a flyer here, and I think we're just gonna have Duquesne in a pretty big upset here, and it not only be the Saints that are latter day out there for BYU, it'll be their season.
Yeah,
we'll take the Duke. We'll take the Duquesnes. A lot of Duke action in this tournament. Mercy.
Illinois Morehead State. This is the only chance Morehead State has is to get a really good lawyer and throw out an injunction.
So, in the last few tournaments, the fun little nugget I read and saw that teams, now it's been like 1 or 2 seeds, I believe, so this is an exception because it's Illinois, that a team with a phallic mention in their name has won a tournament game in the last 3 seasons.
Nice.
Morehead State would qualify for that, but they are a 4 seed and not a 2. But a couple of years ago, last year, Farley Dickinson, St. Peter's, I'm forgetting somebody in there, but Morehead State, you're up. With that being said, I think Morehead State covers and might be a live dog in this game. Illinois might still be making mentions of Purdue, talking about how they won the Big Ten tournament championship. They might still be talking about that, and maybe they just can scout for the game. They were 0-2 in their Super Bowls. Well, they went 1-2. They did beat Wisconsin. They're probably disappointed it wasn't against Purdue. But it's very possible they're still on cloud 9 from that. But they have the talent. They have some pieces to make a run here, unfortunately, because their fans are insufferable. So I hope they lose this game, but I think we'll just go ahead and have Illinois advance.
I think so.
I think so.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I do know. It's
you do know. It's Illinois.
It's
yes. Kenneth Fareed is not walking through that door, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate because he was pretty dominating against Louisville in that game all those years ago. Washington State Drake. So this is a team actually that I kind of jumped on there early about the same time that Josh was talking about USC even kind of coming on in the Pac-12 conference. And I really liked it. Of course, I watched them play the game where they won at Arizona, so it's a very good showing. And then I looked at their resume. They beat them earlier at Washington State as well. And they had some other ones in the conference where it's like, okay, they seem to be pretty good. And they just really pass the eye test when I watch them play. And I do say they're a good team, but they've kind of faded recently. And, the teams, Drake is the team that got in instead of Indiana State because they won the conference championship. Drake. And it's the only way they would have got in the tournament is by winning.
Drake.
Yeah, Drake. And so I actually like. You have to edit that.
Drake.
I can't say some things I've said. That's offensive for sure. But Drake, I think I have him winning this game against Washington State.
That's fine. That's great.
Yeah, that would be an upset versus what the resume would suggest. But I think Drake's going to play their asses off and get it done somehow. Which I don't have the point spread in front of me right now. Oh, I do. Drake minus 1.5. Even though it's 10-7, they're favored to win. So let's go and say they win and they cover the game.
Okay.
Yeah, nice. And you have Drake in Iowa State.
Yeah, we're moving this along.
Looks like you have Iowa State winning against South Dakota State. I think. Yeah, that's not surprising. Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
Now, you've already jumped ahead and just fast forwarded Iowa State.
Is that what you want?
I don't know. We can't just do this chalky nonsense.
Okay, take Drake.
Well, let's just go back to the top. We got to the process. And we're winding it down fairly well. Let's go back to the top of the bracket. UConn Northwestern. I think you kind of thought Northwestern had a shot here.
No, it's
Not a real shot, but they have the best shot of the two.
They're going to make it muddy.
All right. They're going to play in the mud, apparently, my friend says here, with the Wildcats.
Yep.
They're a real Wildcat. San Diego State, Auburn.
I think San Diego State already beat up on some dipshits from Alabama in the previous round.
God.
Come on.
That's offensive.
Come on.
That's also a very good school. Excellent medical school.
Mm-hmm.
Auburn's a good school as well.
Well, hopefully.
Now, a lot of the fans, the fans of USC are they're probably gone there typically, or you might live in Birmingham. And the fans of Auburn, all of Auburn, more or less.
Uh-huh.
So, maybe cool with the shade a little bit.
Okay.
I mean, I have enough shade right here
Uh-huh.
that we don't need to add any shade.
Okay.
But outside of the
So
commentary,
you can handle inbreds with kid gloves now. I understand. So
Yeah,
we'll just have Auburn move along.
I didn't say you couldn't say that.
It's
But
fine. It's
I don't know
fine.
about
It's
the
fine.
dipshits. That's what you reserve for, the Illini. And
I'm just telling you what San Diego State said.
Yeah,
San Diego said
they might have said
they're
that. It's very
superior.
possible.
Dragon
I also
Slaying.
think that Auburn will advance.
Yeah.
Push them through.
There you go. They're there.
There they are.
All right.
All right. So you have Duquesne in Illinois.
There you go.
I feel like it's going to be Illinois.
There you go.
All right. So now we have Illinois. You push
You can have Drake.
Iowa State through to Drake.
Mm-hmm.
And based on recency bias, there's no reason not to think that. But do you want to, let's just make it Iowa State for the sake of what can happen later.
Sure. Let's
Let's just do it that way.
okay.
All right. So now at the top, we have UConn and Auburn.
Yeah.
What's your intrigue level on this?
Not very much. Let's see. That would be probably the 29th of March. I don't know what I'll be doing. I can tell you, watching an unhinged head coach go against a bunch of hillbillies is not going to be even in the top 5 most exciting things I'm going to do that afternoon. So,
I don't think that UConn has got that many hillbillies.
oh no, they don't. It's
As a joke.
oh, I know. It's
Their coach is so unhinged.
yeah.
I mean, I think the world would like to see Auburn win this game. But what do we think? What would we say?
I have Auburn winning.
All right. Auburn with the upsets. All these people that have been moderately attended by my friends speaking ill of people from Alabama in the schools and
You
fans.
can't have all of
You-
the tools.
you
of
have-
basketball.
You
Just can't read.
now have an elite,
I don't read good.
a Sweet 16 victory over the unbeatable UConn Huskies.
That's your elite eight, sir.
That's the Sweet 16
Yeah.
win to get into the
Sure.
league. Yeah,
Sure.
that's it.
They're not done.
I know they're not,
They're not done.
but now UConn's done.
They are.
All right, so now at the bottom, I guess we have Duquesne.
Mm-hmm.
Who's at the top up there? Oh, that's what we're waiting
No, what do you got?
for. Illinois, Iowa State.
Yep.
That would be a tough game. I think because Illinois does not have the normal tournament success,
Mm-hmm.
if that's what ended up happening right there, I think we're going to go ahead and put Iowa State in. Are you fine with that?
Yep, I'm fine with that.
Finally, somebody from the Big 12 being worth a damn. Oh, wait, Houston's up there too. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. So now we have in the Elite Eight, well, we're missing. We have in the Elite Eight, we have Auburn, Iowa State,
Mhm.
Houston, Kentucky.
Mhm.
Where's Purdue? Where's the Final Four? Oh,
We got Arizona. in
we
the
have
final.
Arizona. So the final one,
We need to pick this.
the Auburn, Iowa State.
Mhm.
I thought we did. I thought we said Iowa State. No?
No,
What's your thoughts?
no. I said Iowa State just beat Illinois. You tired too?
No,
Yeah, but you got to pick one. This is
I
where
said
we're
Iowa
at.
State.
You want Iowa State
Oh,
over
to be
Auburn?
Auburn. Oh, yeah. My bad. No, I'm not tired. I just, you just keep on scrolling. Like, with your
Trying to stay
your
awake,
fingers.
man.
Unfortunately, I'm glad your fingers are
You want me to
great.
use my pick if you want. This is a family computer though,
Well,
and it's a touch
you've
screen.
done worse things to it, I'm sure.
I have not
You've done worse things on it.
It's a clean computer. The dirtiest thing I've done on here is
deleting. Some of these podcasts have been pretty dirty. Not that dirty.
Yeah.
But
this one may not see the light of day.
I hate it better. That's pretty good.
Tweet out the fucking bracket. You take a picture of it.
Sure. That's fine.
Yeah,
That's
fine.
fine. Edit. Okay. Iowa State, Auburn. I'm going to go out and say Iowa State here.
Yeah, really? Well,
Do you have Auburn?
I mean, I have Auburn. I have Auburn right there. Right there. But if
Oh, okay. Well, it's up to you.
Auburn.
No, what do you think? Think it's Auburn? Are you just advancing so you can make fun of more people, or so you
It does give me more opportunities to talk about how they don't read too good. I don't know who the dumb ones are. It's either Alabama, Auburn, or UAB.
I believe
all
I
of them.
believe it's read to best. For the record. You make the call.
Let's go to Birmingham where there's a good medical school because I have a broken heart.
Bless your soul. Bless you.
And also a really bad overbite because I'm inbred. Sorry.
I mean, there's worse problems than that in Birmingham, but we definitely can't talk about that.
There's problems. Fucking Indiana. I hate it here.
But there probably is. We could probably talk about that. Auburn, I would say, do you think it's Auburn? I mean, this is a.
I do think it's Auburn.
All right.
I'm going to write it
Put
again.
Auburn in. Look at that. Auburn in our bracket in the Final Four.
They still have that Chris Porter guy, don't they? No? Shit. I mean,
Can't. He's quite finished. He's not like a old boy from Howard that was completing his 7th season. Towns. Porter would be on about a 17th season, I think, at this point. The Jeff Settles Endurance Award. Final Four here.
yeah, here it is.
It's Auburn, Arizona, Houston, and Purdue. Well,
Where is this being played?
it is being played in the lovely state of Arizona.
Glendale. Sorry, Auburn fans.
Yes, there it is. Arizona. Arizona, the little hometown heroes there. And now it's Houston and Purdue. What's your thoughts on this?
Oh man, you know what I want to do, but it's going to be tough. I think that it's going to come down to not so much Edie. I think it's going to come down to who can control the game from the point guard position.
That will have two of the best point guards in the country going against each other.
And two of the best point guards that have gone through the entire tournament sitting in the Final Four.
Now, Houston does have a couple of people injured that are very good. Their center is out. And then they also know at least one more role player that's good. I don't remember his name.
Yeah. I think that this matchup has everything you want. I think the give and take, the players.
I wish it was a national championship matchup, actually.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that cannot be the case.
It will not be the case. Someone has to go.
Someone has to go. Well, I don't know. I really don't want to like just a straight up homer podcast, but I actually worry about Houston. And I like them in the Final Four, so I guess that's where we're at now. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's tough.
So you're saying you haven't thought about this, what it looks like?
I have not filled out a bracket yet, actually. This is the first time that I fill one out. I'm running out of time. I'll be doing one.
I've not filled this portion out. I just have Arizona written. I was waiting.
Well, we want you to win your pool, so go ahead and put Purdue in.
Okay.
Because, Houston being there will be very popular.
He wants you to win your bracket.
Oh my
God, sabotage.
Well, I want you to win your bracket because if you pick Houston, so will the 25 other people in your pool. If you pick Purdue, maybe one or none, or three. Well, if you're up here where we're at now, there'll be a lot. So from where I live at, people listening down there, no one's going to have Purdue that far. So if you want to win one, you got to do something different.
All right.
Up here, having Purdue, you might, but people might have Houston up here too. All right, Arizona, Purdue, the rematch. We played in, 45 minutes from Purdue's campus. Arizona would get to return the favor and play 45 minutes or so from their campus in this game. I really have not thought about this happening because I didn't know until we did this that I have Arizona going.
Purdue played the game of their season, in my opinion.
Yeah, they played very well.
It was peak. It was their peak performance, in my opinion, against a quality team that at that time was rolling. And they not only did not relinquish the lead, they extended it when it looked like Arizona was going to make runs. And you just kind of waited for that other foot to drop, and it never did. I think it was their most impressive win of the season, in a season of nearly every game being impressive. I don't know. I think that Arizona will have had a lot of time to think about that, to sit in the corner and think about what they've done.
What they haven't done.
I think that Caleb Love is elite. And I feel like he was pressing a lot in that game, the last game. And I think the outcome of this game, if he presses again with the pressure of Glendale of winning a national championship, he presses and presses and presses. I think that Purdue is savvy enough that they can take advantage of that. But if he lets the game come to him, and I think that he's in that game the most talented guard on the floor, it can be a problem for Purdue. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, kids. I think that I'm trying to make a case for Arizona, but I don't see that Purdue getting that far. That in their final boss being Arizona, I think that that's ideal. they have already obtained the cheat code. So you just
you just get those opposable thumbs working hardcore and XX joystick. So I think, and honestly, this will be the case for like if Purdue gets there to Final Four. Obviously, in Arizona, there will still be a lot of Arizona fans, but there will be more Purdue fans than any other fan base there, than with the exception of Arizona. In fact, a lot of people got tickets to that right away. I mean, I'm not even so sure one. And they travel very, very well, and obviously they do right down the road. So I'm sure most of them would be. But I don't think it'd be the huge split on fans that people would think it would be. I think it'd be more like 60-40, 55-45. I mean, I think it would be like a worse like 65-35. I think it would be a lot of new fans there. And so, unlike the first matchup, which was like damn near all Purdue fans, obviously bigger stakes, but I think they're going to do the 5 years later, do what Virginia did, with the exception of like after this year, if we win it all. After getting knocked out by a 16, come back and win the tournament, I think they are a very reasonable chance of that happening. I think that I would plug them in here because I think that Purdue has a better chance of getting to the Final Four than Arizona.
mm-hmm.
So even by that alone, if you're trying to win a bracket, then Arizona, I mean, Purdue has a better chance to get there. And of course, if you have them winning, once again, it's also going to help you win the whole thing. But I really do feel like Purdue will be in the Final Four for sure. Probably wouldn't be ideal to play Arizona again, but under these circumstances, I want to say that Purdue figures out a way to win the game somehow, some way, finish the job, and cut down the nets.
There we go.
Do we have a final score total since you're just going to submit it and not really do that right now? It's due tomorrow.
Money line it. I'm gonna tell you.
Money line. It's always over money lines. Let's just say Purdue 83, Arizona 76.
All right.
I feel like they do enough to the end where they can win it out of the end without, having to. They might obviously be stressful, but I think they're going to be able to solve a game away under it.
I'm with it. 83-76.
83-76.
Right.
Final answer.
Final answer.
Well, we will be tweeting out those picks, franchise and JLove on the X, the Twitter. We won't be on X, but we will be on Twitter. We just Twitter page. So I'll put out some picks for tomorrow. Obviously, some of this we're doing just for a bracket, but definitely gonna put out some picks tomorrow. Maybe I want to like kind of parlay things. Maybe I'm gonna try and keep it like I'm gonna do some stuff you do like day by day for the Thursday games and the Friday games.
Mm-hmm.
I also try and do things where it's similar sessions. You don't have to necessarily wait to the very end of the day. But to be honest with you, one of the best ways to do it if you're going to wait both days is just pick the 4 or 5 best things you like the most. And sometimes you might have to wait till the next day. And some other bracket things that come into play is, especially if you like some of these money line underdogs to win outright. If there hasn't been a lot of upsets on Thursday, you can bet your ass there's always ones on Friday. And so there's upsets on Thursday, there's still going to be upsets on Friday. But sometimes it's like a day where it's like not really much happened, which means if you're one of those teams that's an underdog, like the carnage, the shit hits the fan big time on Friday. Like he's never got a tournament where it's like not a bunch of upsets, and now there's more parity than ever in college basketball, and it's only just going to be as time goes on. There's going to be other, 16 team beating ones. Like I said, 3 years in a row, a 15 is lost to a 2 seed. A 2 seed is lost to a 15 seed. So, so whatever you think you have in a bracket, like whatever you think is totally just not likely to happen, or especially if you don't know about a certain team, you can almost guarantee that that team will find a way to win a game. Like no one thinks Oakland could beat Kentucky, and just don't be surprised if some of those things that are just seem so outrageous, something like that happens. Well, I know the Akron game. A lot of people think like, well, they barely won the game, probably shouldn't have won their game, but they were there last year. They gave Miami all they could handle in their game, and so a lot of times those teams that came back the next year, they're really like they don't necessarily win the first time. They get that experience that first time. They come back that second year and finish the deal. Especially if it's the third year, they always finish the deal if they've been tournament 3 years in a row and they're a smaller school like that. But so I mean, things like that where just kind of look out for those situations. And well, obviously, no one thought that Virginia or Purdue would lose their games, but shit happens. It happens every single year. So hopefully, there've been some crazy ones of those, before 3 o'clock. So, just always that's what makes the tournament great. Like you just never know what's going to happen. And, I recommend your favorite team being the one that covers. Ride your team, but then whoever covers, that's your favorite team.
Yeah. Just enjoy the tournament.
Yeah.
Understand that you're not good at picking games. Your bracket's gonna fucking suck in 2 days. Your wife is better at this because she likes the mascot.
Yes.
And just be prepared for that. And I think the moral of the story is maybe fucking pay attention before today.
I mean, at the end of the day, if you had waited this long to cram and listen to what we had to say, you're pretty much screwed anyways.
The only thing you got out of this was a new term for white kids. White basketball players are in the trench coat hockey. It's like white shit. That's all you learned. Nothing else.
Yes.
Nothing else. But you should learn to bet the games and not the bracket. That's a sucker's bet.
But and another thing, honestly, is like everybody is all in on picking these upsets when they do their brackets.
Mm-hmm.
But the funny thing is like you'll write on because you'll turn it in a bracket, and a bracket, oh, this is my upset special, and they're like maybe let's say they're like a 6-point underdog. I mean, I really like this team. Like I'm certain they're going to do well. Well, if you just take those exact same principles, and if you're wagering money on it, like if you don't think they can actually win and give me a bracket, well, like $10, $5, I understand you have to spend that much money. My point is like when you do a bracket, you do it with some sort of level of conviction on who you think, and you might get down to where it's really difficult, like we all do. We all struggle with certain things, certain matchups. But there's like that one underdog you really think is going to win. You've been convinced of it all year long. Mm-hmm. There's no reason at all not to just bet that team straight up in real life for real money, not just in a pool, because like all the things you thought, your gut instinct, probably accurate if that's, if you know anything what you're talking about.
And if you're not willing to bet it, you're wrong.
Yeah.
You're just trying to be the smartest person in the room, and guess what? You're the dumbest.
Yeah. I mean, if you're doing it like for a bracket and you just feel like it's a waste of like $10 or $20, whatever your bracket is, it's like if you say that same $20 and put it on a 3-1, 4-1 underdog, it's like now you've basically come in second place in that tournament pool anyways. So I mean, like, so think about like $300 in your pool. Well, if you put $25 on one of those money line teams, there's just $300. I mean, you've already won the pool, one bet. Didn't have to be the other. You didn't have to pick 63 other games. You just had to do it one time. So, anyways, good luck to anyone that's out there wagering.
Scratch-off tickets work too.
Scratch-off tickets work too.
Just take your $20 to the gas station.
Yeah, I did that. And, I came on ahead this time. It doesn't always go that way. It's not always sunshine and roses. I'm no slot player, let me tell you. When I go to Vegas, I take all my winnings from craps and poker and sports betting, and I typically put it in some slot machine because I think I'm going to be like, the Billy Walters of slots. I'm not. I literally not won one shekel on a freaking slot machine ever. Video poker, different story. that takes some skill. That's unfortunate in that. But I would literally need to be like Brad Pitt. Would have to drop the coin sequence, walk away, say, "I heard that this video game machine is hot. Why don't you try it?" Like the only way I could win shit on a slot machine. So I'm actually, for that reason, I'm actually glad we're not in Vegas. Next year, I hope to be doing this in Vegas. We've gone to Vegas many times, wagering the game. So this is for me, watching being home in Alabama, being back home here in Indiana, but like watching the games in Alabama has a totally different feel. So I'm very, very happy to be with my best friend and watching these games. It's going to be the closest thing to hanging out in Vegas, just hanging out with him, throwing a few brewskis back, maybe an Irish car bomb or 4. I don't know. Depends on how well the wagering and stuff goes, but probably several. Who knows? I don't know.
It's not going to go well.
We'll see. Yeah, I mean, there's thank God for Uber and such.
Medicating.
Yeah, self-medicated. Yeah,
I just
he's done something to his back, so
yeah.
we need to make sure that he doesn't feel it. I've got a back. What did that happen?
I've been carrying Auburn.
You have the torch.
Been carrying, telling everybody they know how to read. They're useful. Not all of their trailers are single wide. Some of them are double. I'm carrying you on my back, so yes, it hurts. No, I'm back.
Is it your back?
Auburn in the Final Four. You're welcome. Despite your best efforts to not evolve, you've done it.
Good times, man. Well,
Oh, you want to cut it off? You want some more Auburn jokes? I'm sure you've heard it.
no, I mean, we're good. I mean, I have to live there. I have to
Jackson.
go back and live there, Like, and some of the people that are subscribers to our stuff are big Auburn fans.
I'm sure they are.
So, I mean,
I think that Auburn
Yeah.
football has had the two best players in Auburn, Alabama, Lore and Cam Newton and Bo Jackson. That Alabama can't touch them.
yeah.
There's no one they have. They can't. Their peak is higher. Individual players.
But, yeah, they were bad men.
Yeah.
Bo Jackson, amazing.
Your trees suck though. Those don't hold up.
I tell you what,
Not strong trees, I hear.
oh man, that's a whole nother show.
It is. It's.
I mean, can you imagine like being Paul Feinbaum and then the person calling in?
That was
saying,
common.
I poisoned your tree.
He's like, what?
Like, did you just literally tell us your felony on the air?
You guys are different.
Yeah.
You guys are hilarious.
Yeah. That's funny. And then, I don't know. I mean, I hope it was worth it.
It kind of was.
I mean,
very much worth it. I was entertained. I loved it. It's funny.
check out this comb. I love it.
You guys. But
That was wild.
bragging rights on the basketball court for you guys though this year. It looks like, in my opinion, you're gonna do big things.
Yeah. Last Alabama team standing. For sure.
Kind of like
Hopefully, our Boilermakers are the last Eddie team standing.
it's
We'll see.
it's the pride of Indiana this year, is it not? Yeah.
Is it what?
The pride of Indiana this year.
It is.
Nobody else came close other than Indiana State.
Yeah, they came close to getting in, but
Yeah,
they came early.
they did. They came.
You see that, all of the NIT is at the old Hinkle, and I think Butler unfortunately lost last night.
Oh, I'm aware. I was
Probably heard
I
about
had to
that.
work late.
Huh.
I had to work late. Bit of a power issue.
Well, that's fun.
Fun.
That's exciting.
It's exciting.
Yep. Well, I think I'm going to end it here.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have anything else to say. I'm not of Auburn jokes. I'll think of some more when I'm.
Yeah. Let's call it a wrap, my friend.
Okay, we'll do that.
I'll see if I can do it through the screen. Like Wonka vision. Oh,
That was
very
nice.
nice. Connect. Knuckle children connect.
We can end it there, I guess.
Yeah.
It's almost time to watch games. Good night, everyone.
Good night.